Hello, lovely people.
There we go. Evening, everybody. How you all doing?
Hello.
Hope you're all good. Yeah, blimey, I must have the only live chat that has people chatting away and having conversations in it before the host has even arrived. It's brilliant. This is exactly what I want. It's not all about me, it's about you guys. So at the end of the day, it really makes me smile to go set up my live, go, okay, let's have a look. Blimey, they're all having a natter already.
Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. So let's go through the list of you early birds. Hi, Bushcraft Six, nice to see you. Chronically Outdoors, good to see you, brother. Hope you're good. Elusive, hiya, mate. Hope you're good.
Lucy's out camping, that he was saying.
Excellent. I hope he's nice and what. A lovely day. Hopefully it's going to be a nice evening. Find your friends with Jason. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're all good there. Meeting Greg Ovens. You lucky man. And Finn.
Yeah.
Although being the sort of person I am, I would probably spend more time with Finn than I would Greg. I do like to make friends with dogs. Yeah, I like dogs a lot. Kitten, how you doing, brother? Hope you're good.
I'm still having trouble. I can't get for some reason. She's yeah.
I'll turn that. If I turn that little.
That's right.
That way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Elusive.
Hi, Kitten. Hi, Elusive. Trina.
Yeah, mate. I thought that myself. You definitely made a buddy there with Finn, didn't you? He was, cracking dog. And I think, like with a lot of shepherds and that, Alsatians, you throw ones. It's almost like a Labradors as well. You throw a stick. That's it. You've got a buddy for life.
Yeah, I did wonder how much of your fire you actually kept that Finn didn't steal. So I thought, Joe Shepherd, a nice little pile of wood there.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I mean, that's absolutely brilliant to see you meeting him. And he seemed like a really nice, genuine sort of guy as well. I know a couple of other people that have met him in the past have said he was absolutely a smashing bloke. Was quite happy to give him a bit of time, which is, it's what you want, isn't it? Meet your heroes.
Excuse me for 2 seconds. If I just carry on, I'm just going to try and see if I can do something to get this blue thing working.
Yeah. Evening, Ray. Hope you're good. Right, I'll just crack open a beer. I'm on something a bit different tonight. John, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good out there in the States. Hope the weather's holding for you. So thought I'd try something a bit different. I haven't had one of these in donkey's years. I'm on a brown ale tonight. I'm on the man's brown ale. Used to drink this when I was a young lad. I bet Mike.
Kaz is on the Dr. Aloe, which is strawberry with aloe vera.
Yeah.
With real aloe vera pieces. If you don't like things that got little lumpy bits in it, it's probably not for you.
And willows on the floor.
Yes.
Anyhow, so cheers, everybody. Hope you've had a great week. Yeah, as I remember it. Nice, smooth, got a bit of a nutty flavour, somewhere between a stout and a bitter, somewhere sitting in the middle. Oh, excellent, John. All good. Leaving for the Gulf Coast in about 7 hours, ready to launch. Mate, awesome. You have a fantastic time. Absolutely cracking time. Enjoy yourself. Well, I'll have a bit of a surprise all for you this week. I'm not going to say what it is, where it is, or how and where I'm getting it from, but later in this week, hopefully I'm picking up my new motor. Ooh. So, hopefully, fingers crossed. That should be, there will be a video to follow, John. Fantastic. Show us a little bit of the Gulf Coast. We'll look forward to seeing that. Hiya, Stealth. Hope you're good, brother. I can't tell you what I'm going to get. I'm going to make a video about it. So, because it's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. It really will. So, and it's not definite yet. So we've got to see.
It's a little Russian.
That's a little Russian car. Might be a little Russian car. Nothing wrong with the Lada neither. Very good little vehicle.
Yeah, we've had them before.
Might even be UAZ. Might be a big Russian vehicle.
It might be a Gamma Goat if Kaz gets the wrong way.
Might even be a tandem. Push bike for two. Excellent. Katrina's going to be doing a day out video, so brilliant. Love to see that. It could be a Morris Oxford, a Unimog.
Oh yeah.
I've had my time of driving Unimogs. Interesting experience that. Brilliant vehicles, go absolutely anywhere. They're not the quickest of things. Yugos. It's how to make a Fiat even worse than a Fiat already is to start off with. Oh, again, of course, that's how in the Soviet era, there's a lot of the cars came from Europe. Factories sold their stuff off, and the Russians bought it. I mean, the Lada was basically a Fiat 131. So yeah, the Yugo, that was a Fiat originally. Yeah, they were all right for what they were. Yeah, cheap and cheerful Humvees. I got into trouble acquiring a Humvee once before. Got pulled out of it at gunpoint. So it's not sort of my favourite vehicle. I found it was just a big old beast. And to be honest with you, in the UK, it's not that effective off road because it's just hitting the
I've always
wanted
a Volvo Amazon, but it's not really what we need for
Volvo Amazon.
With my little trailer on the back. Yeah, I'd like it, but
there's a couple of classic cars I'd love to own. It's
Kaz is a petrol head, really.
Kaz is a petrol head. Kaz is more of a petrol head than I am. This particular vehicle that we've looked at, she was the first one to suggest straight through pipe in it. So,
which shocked our son. Which I didn't think you would ever say that, Mum. But he doesn't know that world, obviously.
How much is a set of stainless steel straight throughs for that? Let's get rid of the back box and the centre box. All right. Yeah. Skodas. Yeah, Skoda's brilliant cars, mate. Yeah. So it was a Skoda Octavia. They reckon that's a 1,000,000-mile engine. So
I think our son Dan and his fiance, they've got a Skoda Octavia. Really nice, isn't it?
Chronically, I've looked at the Freelander 2s. I've had loads of Freelander 1s, and I have looked at the Freelander 2s. That might even be what's in the offing. You don't know, but yeah, it will be a surprise.
It won't be a Mini, put it that way.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be a Mini.
No.
It's definitely going to be 4-door. Whatever it is, it's going to be 4-door. It's got to be 4-door.
Yeah, because the days of Kaz squeezing in the back of a two-door car is not happening. Not happening at all.
Is it an Indian? I have been looking at Indian motorcycles just lately. Yes, I have. And we're not talking about the nation. I'm talking about the models. Seen a couple of them, classic Indian motorcycles around here. But absolutely gorgeous.
Off of a different subject, I really hope that anyone who's near all these horrendous fires that are happening over the UK, we've got Ireland now. We've had French and Common go up. There's really bad ones out on Bodmin Moor, up near the Hurlers, and you can actually see it from the A30.
And Scotland.
Scotland as well, Ireland. It's just everywhere seems to be going up at the moment. You've got to think of the animals and things.
It's hellacious. So fire risk or fire situation in the UK, what does Mickey think? Well, I think partly it's idiots.
A lot of them are disposable barbecues. I wish they damn well ban those things.
Well, I also think and firmly believe that part of it is the responsibility of the local authorities who for years have failed to do maintenance on these areas and keep the undergrowth cleared, down,
I
prepared,
can it.
fire break repairs and things like that. And the problem for us as well is our hobby's becoming quite popular. And we're going to get hit with this. We're going to get hit with the blame. It won't be, I guarantee you, it's not going to be long before some newspaper article jumps on the fact it's all the wild campers. It's all those people going out into the woods doing their wild camping, their stealth camping. So I do have a little request.
He's got to go. His battery's nearly out.
The vote, take it safe, mate. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Our thoughts and love are with you. So I do have a request to make to everybody in my community in the UK, especially. Yeah, be careful with your fires and don't give them the tools to blame us, because
the local one at Frensham was caused by actual bonfire going out of control.
Bonfire going out of control. Do you know, what is it with people? What is it with people do not have the basic common sense to manage a fire? How did the human race get this far? How did we last 40,000 years without and get to this point when we're supposed to be that advanced that we can't be trusted to light a fire?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it is going to be more and more common with climate change. Mother Nature is strong; she will endure. Yeah, I agree with you chronically, but again, it's we can't allow ourselves to become a target. There are enough antis out there that would love to jump on it.
Hi, Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to think. A lot of the moorland, it's the ponies and the horses and sheep and that and. Yeah, when they got the fences, they got nowhere to go.
Again, when I was a nipper, a lot of that land was managed. It was either grazed or it was cut and it was managed because people understood you by leaving the shrubbery where it is, you're not creating a habitat. Invariably, actually, with things like gorse and that, you actually end up with dead zones.
Yeah, it's like as Lucy just said about the nesting birds and that. It's terrible for our ecosystem, isn't it?
It is terrible, and again, it's what you do.
I know they used to do burn-offs, but not like that.
Well, they used to be controlled, and they were done at set times a year. I remember burning heather as a youngster, and they would take squares on the moors, and it would be a controlled burn.
Yeah, because they dig out, didn't they, or trench around it.
It could not get out of control. And it would burn on the right day in the right conditions, and the wind was going in the right direction. And it was a management system that actually helped the heather, because the heather can't regenerate without fire. The seeds from heather actually need to become burnt for them to grow. They need that heat. So what happens is the old heather that's got tall and spindly and is dying because it's got to the end of its lifespan gets burnt off, puts the nutrients back into the soil. That fire causes the new seeds to sprout, and away we go. This is the next lot of heather, fresh heather growing. And again, if you're looking at wildlife, heather that's between 4 and 6 inches tall is perfect for wildlife. Ground nesting birds can get into it, hide in it. Reptiles and that can move through it. The invertebrates have got the cover that they need, yet it's not starving the ground of light, oxygen, heat, warmth, and moisture. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with my phone tonight, but it's just not having none of it.
Yeah, it's all lost. Old fashioned, well, what we would call old fashioned techniques. And again, because people saw a bit of smoke, they by the modern standards, a bit of flap and panic. We don't want that. Don't want them burning up on the moors. It's causing an environmental risk. But the problem is, if you don't manage it, if you don't look after it, then it becomes even more of a risk, and more gets destroyed. I know at one point I used to drive a tractor with what they call a cutter forager for heather, and that because you can't put nutrients into the ground where you have heather. If you put nutrients into the ground, the heather dies. It actually wants a nutrient limited ground. So what we used to have is a machine that we used to drive through the heather, would cut the heather, and it would cut it about that tall, and pick up every single last piece of heather, and then I'd have to take that off and plod it up. Funnily enough, that used to go up into a mulch pile, and within year and a half, 2 years, absolutely made a fantastic mulch. In fact, everything used to go on that. Nettles, you name it, it went into it. Oh, well done, Kiwi. You managed flint and steel 5 times.
Hey.
Excellent, mate. Well done. Nice. Nothing like doing a bit of flint and steel. Yeah. It is. And again, is you guys I know are sensible, switched on. I think the issue comes with people visiting the countryside that are not used to being out there, don't really understand the risk. That little foil barbecue thing, that'll be fine. That's not going to cause a fire. It's in foil. Foil will stop fire. Yeah, it'll be absolutely great. And then they'll get a few of these inside them, and then next thing you know, it all goes wrong, which is an absolute disaster. Yeah. And of course, why do we all go out there? Well, it's because we have a love for it. We have a passion for the countryside, for the environment. I've got to retrim my beard. I've got it wonky. Do apologise. Yeah, we got a passion and a love for it, and we enjoy it. So it's just a shame when somebody comes out and ruins it for us. And again, will lead to more restrictions because certain bodies and authorities will start banning or coming down even tighter on camping, on wild camping, on hiking, maybe even countryside access. We've got to protect it, so we need to stop them using it. Yeah, elusive, exactly that. That's why you can't have a fire where you are, so you have to go to alternative methods. Yeah. But again, a lot of people don't understand it's things like peat. They go up. I've had this conversation with somebody on Bodmin Moor where I explained to him, I said, you're actually walking on sort of 6 to 7 feet of pure peat. And especially in the summer when it's dry, a spark, a cigarette on that can start smouldering, and it will smoulder underground for weeks, months, even years, until it breaks surface. When it breaks surface, it oxygen, it will roll away. It is just a complete nightmare, Pete. Yeah, be stealthy, be skillful. Yeah, it does travel underground for a long time. I've actually experienced that one myself. We had, I'd known an area that had an issue with tracer fire, and what was happening was there used to be a stop butt, big sand bank to stop the rounds, and so they were allowed to fire tracer, and then they removed the stop butt. And middle of the winter, we were allowed to fire tracer, but as soon as you got to the end of February, beginning of March, and the weather started to warm up, tracer was banned because of fire risk. And it turned out we had a fire out on the area, went out, got put it out. Lucky enough, it only covered about a quarter of an acre, but got put out. But when the fire brigade were going around with their thermal camera checking for hot spots and that, they were actually able to trace for about 900 meters through the peat this smouldering line. And what we reckon it was a tracer round weeks beforehand, had arced out, buried itself in the peat still burning, and just started that ember. And that ember had burnt for hundreds of meters, literally in a patch about that wide, but underground for meters and meters, or hundreds of meters, until eventually it came to a ditch. And when it came to the ditch, that's where it broke surface and met air. And in meeting the air, that ember, well, anybody who's made it or taken an ember to fire, yeah, so it works. Hiya, Max. Yes, Max, I did see your bigger Firestones in your Petromax. Mate, that was brilliant. Brilliant, and exactly what we're getting to today. Hi, Mac. Exactly what we're getting to today, having your fires. I'm not saying to people don't go out and have a fire. Just be careful, be safe, This time of year, or as we get into summer, I go out and I will have a fire, but I like to use things like my Kelly kettle, or I'll use my box stove and stuff like that. I'd be a little bit more careful down to my meth stoves, and even then, I was just careful of spillage. So it's just trying to be sensible and practical about it, isn't it? It's about adapting yourself to the environment and situations. One of the first rules of survival, that fun enough, adapt to the environment and the situation. Yeah, just talking about that, I've been playing with my stove today. Caroline got me a couple of fitments for it, and you can see what the plan was there. That was so that I could move the stove away from tent walls and things like that. And also the plan was, if we had to here, I could actually set that up in a room, run the chimney out through a window. Not yet to try it, got to see how it draws and how it burns, but I reckon that's got to be a goer.
And of course, that's one of the that is one of the your water boilers for the camp.
Yes, yeah, one of the kettles, one of the two kettles. Oh yeah, we're not going to be short of hot brews.
No.
Oh, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Max, that was a brilliant bit of kit. Hiya, Mike. EDC Patrol. Mike's with us. How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well.
You have to excuse me. There's something wrong with my phone. I can hardly see the writing on the screen, and I just can't. It will.
Yeah. So we'll be struggling a bit with comments tonight. So I might be doing the comments. I might just I'll hand the show to Kaz, and I'll handle the comments.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, Kelly Kettles, Petromaxes, that absolutely brilliant bits of kit, and again contains the fire for you. Still got to be a bit careful. One of the things I see a lot of people not thinking about when I watch some other people's videos is things like sparks. It's quite surprising how a small spark or how far a spark can travel and the damage it can cause. Hey! Excellent. Number one rule is do not die. And then, of course, once you've made the video, I want to hear the comment John, in your video. But did I die? After all, that is our motto on this channel. But did I die? Yes, it was cold. It was wet. It was miserable. It was a long tab. Yes, I was carrying weight and the rest of it. But did I die? No. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. Yeah, gasifier stoves. Love the gasifier. Now, gasifier stoves are great because once they're going, you don't get a lot of spark off that. You don't get a lot of risk off it. You get a great deal of heat from it, especially when I'm using pellets. And again, nice alternative. If you're in an environment where you can't gather wood, it may be that it's a restricted environment. It may be at home or something like that. Absolutely. A big bag of wood pellet goes a long, long way.
Yeah, you have to excuse me for leaning forward.
Yeah, it's my walk today, that was just under 5 miles. Got back, legs are giving me a little bit of grief at the minute. It's a little bit of ache in the muscles because I've not done that in a while.
But you did take out his new camel back, didn't you?
I took my camel back with me. I took water with me. I was able to stay hydrated. And get this for a curse. Isn't it always a curse? So it was only a local one round the estate, few laps. Went out, got the camel back, so I'm hydrating. Towards the end of it, I was doing the funny walk, that busting for a wee walk.
Sticks.
That walk you do where your knees are clashing together because you are absolutely busting for a piddle. Sticks, if you want to stick that link up, I'll pin it.
Oh, so you got yourself a new selfie stick. Excellent. Tripod, sorry.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Simon, I was sucking all the way, and sucking too much. I'm walking along, going, "Yeah, got the camel back. I'm going to have another sip of water." Nom 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 nom. And towards the end of the walk, I've got to admit, I was probably sloshing a little bit from side to side.
And yesterday we did the one that will be coming out for the members start off with, isn't it? It's the latest ration pack.
Yeah, latest ration pack that was bequeathed to us, sent to us. So yeah, with the blessings of the guys that sent it. Elusive, yeah. What I tend to do with camelbacks myself is I will wash them out. I tend to fill them up initially, draw it through the straw, and then let it sit. Give it a few hours to sit. Give it a good clean out on that, because again, in the manufacturing process, it can make them taste a little bit hinky. Don't put anything sweet in there. Don't put sugars in there. Don't put brews in there. Just water. That's all you want.
Not all soup.
And that camelback I got was a cheap one. It was
actually a Timu one.
A Timu one.
Yeah.
And I've got a. Oh, sorry, Willow, didn't mean to stand on your toe.
Do you want to come here and say hello, dear one? Come on in. Come on in. Come on, you little fat Herbert.
There we go.
Here we go.
Pretty much a standard camelback. It's, yeah, you can take the inner bladder out quite easily.
It's easy for you.
It's not wide straps. I mean, I've taken the bladder out and put it in a bag. It does fit in a bag. As camelbacks go, it does have a chest strap. Not that you really need it. It's not particularly heavy. It sits quite nice. It's an easy one to carry. As a
you had a really busy weekend,
as a double lock on the water spout, so you take the cap off and then you pull it away, unlocks it, and then squeeze it and drink. That's a 3 litre one. It was, for what it is, for what I do when I'm out having a walk around the woods, keeps my hands free. I haven't got that bottle in my pocket. Nice, easy, simple.
Well, I was yawning so much.
Oh,
enjoying the sunlight and stuffs.
Daddy.
Morning. Yeah.
Come on in, mate. There you go. Yeah, he's been a busy little fella today, ain't you? Yeah.
If you're watching me this weekend, I've been doing a little bit of painting of some horseshoes out the front.
Yeah, I know. I love you too.
You might have noticed that. I'm my Hashimoto's playing me up at the moment, my immune system, so I'm feeling cold, although it's quite warm. So you're keeping company, ain't you?
Yeah, he's been a good little lad.
Little stinker.
He's been quite busy. He's been shouting at pigeons.
Oh yeah.
Shouting at neighbours' cats.
Yep.
Calling the kids over to play with him and make a fuss of him.
Yeah, they dare come out of the house without coming home to play.
Oh yeah, local kids and that. He's has to have them over to make a fuss of him. He's absolutely exhausted, isn't he? He's shattered. He's just crashed out across my lap.
I was very lucky yesterday. He took his monkey outside, his toy monkey, and we were talking to Chris and Sammy, and we suddenly noticed that the Willow was.
There we go. That should be back up. Right, sorry about that, guys. Bit of a tech issue there. Had a bit of a freeze. Hopefully, could everybody see and hear us? Could you give me a 5x5?
Now I can read it, but I can't.
That'll teach me. I am not touching anything on the comments and the screen.
Now I can't see me. I can see everyone's comments coming up, but I can't actually. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to try and do what I was trying to do.
What it is a problem with my Fire Stick. That's what it's told me. Hi, Cookie.
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to pin a message from Stick. Hopefully that's pinned in the comments and you can all see that. Yeah, anybody that can help us out with that, we would really appreciate it, so that we can start doing some lives, invite you guys onto the lives there, and yeah, get that channel up and running, which again I'm part of, Sticks is part of, and Life's the Hobby. Owen, he's part of.
I can read what you're saying now because my phone is suddenly decided my Fire Stick was being an arse.
I do apologise. Right, so Man's Brown Ale tonight. Now I used to drink this as a young man because it used to be cheap. But the nice thing, this is only 2.5%, so it's only it's what I would call a low alcohol, so I can sit and enjoy that.
No, you haven't broken our live, Owen.
Cheers, Jason. Much appreciated. Owen, I thought I'd broken it. I went into that flat mode here. Oh no! Oh no!
He was
What
holding
have
the
I done?
dog going, oh, what have I done? What have I done?
And I completely missed this tag that said reconnect. Reconnect. I'm
It's old age.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my age. It's my age. So, Mickey, you know, oh, Mickey, it's all right, son. Yeah. When I was your age, son. Yeah. Kettle on. Kettle on. Okie doke, Simon. I'll put the kettle on. There we go. Kettle's on. Yeah. Cheers. Nice, as Sticks was saying. Yeah.
No.
So
Bjorn Ironside.
Bjorn, yes.
Bjorn Ironside.
Yeah, I would like to put this out there now that young Sticks has been very covert about his background past. I want people to pop over to Sticks Bushcraft or Sticks and see his channel and tell me, does he look like a young Bjorn Ironside?
Well, it is the fur.
He's obviously got a bit of Viking in it. You wait till I get him down to camp. I'm going to take a sword with me, an axe, and some skins.
You've got a bearded axe, haven't you, Viking?
Yes, I want to. Yeah, I think he's got a chance of being one of the next ones. Yeah, young Sticks, the Viking warrior. Yeah, I can see him leaping off his long boat now as it crashes into the shore, jumping off, charging up the beach at the Saxons and that, screaming his war cry, "Bow drill! Bow drill!"
No, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just before he buries the axe into somebody's shield. Yeah. All right, Life's a Hobby is taking over the quizzes on his live stream next Friday. It will come back to us in the future. Bushcraft stuff don't took me a year to work out my phone and the camera on it. Yeah, it's yeah. Bushcraft Sussex, good old Vikings. No one trims their furs and wear them inside out. Yeah, there was an old war cry. So you don't see it in the films where they good morning, good morning, good morning. I happen to be a Viking. Anybody got a bow drill? Do excuse me. I've now caused myself to have a brain freeze. And just for you guys to understand what happens with my brain when I get my little blocks. For those of you who are old enough, do you remember the sound that a fax machine would make? Every now and again, my brain seems to stop, and I get that fax machine sort of sound going on. Slingburger, hello, mate. Welcome, mate. Welcome. And I take it you're shouting us from the good old US. Yeah, Bushcraft Rebooted. I was on his live the other night. Brilliant. And I'm saying to you, anybody that wants to meet up with friends out there, meet like-minded people, Bushcraft Rebooted runs a couple of lives. Absolutely brilliant channel. Great guy. Yes. So again, we're international. Lots of us. We've got Americans, we've got Australians, we've got some Dutch, we've got some French, we've got some Swiss, we've got some Slavic nations. Yeah, we've got lots of guys. So again, what we're trying to do here is just share the love of being outdoors. And my dog is eating. Yeah, excuse me.
It's got a pile under there.
My dog is walking around with gaffer tape in its mouth. Gaffer tape. Hi, Bill. How you doing, mate? Oh, hi. Excellent.
Hi, Slingburger.
I would have thought you were all in New Hampshire, USA. No, we're in the original Hampshire in Great Britain, my friend. Who are the Hampshire Hogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for yokel turnips.
Yeah.
Can't forget the turnip, no.
Yeah. Although I may be coming your way in the future. I may be coming out to the States for a little visit. And it will be a little visit. I can't afford to do a big visit, but I may be coming out for a little visit. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do it. And I've got so many things and people and places I really, really would like to see. So, yeah, I've got to look into, or maybe some of you guys too, what's the best way of getting around the States efficiently, both by time and cost? How would you do it? Would you do it by train? Would you rent a vehicle? What would you suggest would be the best system? Because I've got a lot of guys I'd like to actually pop in and see, even if it's only for an afternoon, a day, be able to shake their hands, put my arms around and give them a hug, go, hi guys, thank you for all the support, really appreciate it.
We've got a Viking reenactment shield on our shed, haven't we?
Yeah. So that would be the white helicopter. Hi, helicopters. I scream at the back of Chinook.
Where do you want to land? Hang on it. Yes, you're okay. Touch and go. Brings back old memories. Oh, Francesca's axe is nice.
Yeah. So here we go. We may have a charging of shield walls at the camp then. Rent a Harley. Won't be the quickest, but surely be the best. I tell you what,
if you can get one,
I am sorely tempted.
We did try one, didn't you?
I've ridden Harleys over here. I've ridden Harleys in the UK, and Harleys in the UK are, it's the types of roads are different. So yeah, it would be interesting to ride a Harley in the States to see how that went.
Yeah, new video series, the Bushcraft drive by and drop in.
I had that sort of bloke that suddenly turn up on your door, go, "Hello, mate, surprise!" Definitely.
Yeah, buy a toolkit. Yeah.
Drive-by bow drill.
Could be, boo-boo.
I was looking at it because obviously I've got to pop over and see Mr. D, and so sort of travelling around, you see, what would be the best way. So one of the things I've looked at the moment is your rail network and also your bus network, coaches and things like that, because I want to see a bit of the countryside. One of the problems I've found in my travels in the past, if you're driving, you miss things all the time. So,
just hope their trains are like the ones we went on a train in Norway, and the steps to get up were vertical. That was fun.
Yeah. Small RV. Do you know what? Me in a small RV, I keep thinking of the film Paul.
Sussex says he reckons that travelling mile stretch would be better. That's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And make people look.
Travelling by ostrich.
Yeah, Trina said so. She'd join you because to do with the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I travel like any other. It's literally been me in a backpack, so won't be me in luggage. Airlines love me because it's literally I've just got a backpack. That's it.
He wear his spray pants.
Yeah, they sit there and go, "Are you taking loads of clothes with you?" No.
They probably let you in the country when you do that.
You got one pair of pants. That's all you need. You get 4 days out of one pair of pants.
No, don't.
Inside, outside, back to front.
That's just.
Yeah. Looking forward to doing a bit of travelling. And again, I sort of Tesla anyhow. Not for me, I'm afraid. No. Elon's got a lot to do before I'll buy a Tesla. It needs a V8, reasonable displacement, petrol or diesel, don't mind. What have I got my eye on vehicle-wise? Well, I was looking
Yeah, you can't say.
I was looking at Nissan Pathfinder. Don't know. I was looking at the old Rolls Canardi. Rolls down one end, Canardi get up the other. It's an old joke.
I saw a Volvo hearse.
Yeah, we did at this Volvo hearse, which we were like, now that's a stealth camper. Yeah. That is a stealth camper. That really is a smart stealth camper. You know,
Yeah.
It's like you park a hearse somewhere. Who's going to say anything about it?
We had a Mark 1. We've had the rest, haven't we? We've had every other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from the Evoque, which I'm not going.
2A, 3. We've had
88, 109s.
90, 110, Defenders.
Range
we've
Rover.
had Range Rover Classic, LPG V8
2
conversion.
Freelanders.
2 Freelanders. Discovery 1. Several Discovery 1s in actual fact. Discovery 2.
Discovery 3.
Pretty much. I think we've done all much with Land Rover, haven't we?
Yeah, I say we're not having an Evoque. No flipping way.
No.
Will you shush?
No. It's having something a bit different.
I can't show you your photographs. I don't know how to get on. Go from my phone onto here, and then my phone is the thing that I'm reading with. Then no, I can't.
But we'll next week. You will know. I'll do a video midweek. I'll do a short on it if we get the one that I'm looking at. So I'll do a short. It'll be a big grinning short if I get the one that I would.
Yeah,
like,
Max. I don't know how you put a photograph on a video, on a live thing. So it might be a case of putting them onto the something else.
Oh, stealth and flak of a new toy cam. Excellent.
Ooh.
I shall have a look at that. Right, Willow, shush. He's so demanding. He feels he's got to be part of the conversation. If anybody out there's got a dog at the moment that's going, oh, who's that? I do apologise.
Because he knows he wants to go. He's going to be going to the camp to meet everyone.
Yeah,
that's what it's all
telling him
about.
he's coming to the camp.
Yeah,
he's
your
all
Sticks
excited.
is coming down. You like Sticks?
Yeah, you like
you?
Sticks, don't you? Yeah, he's your mate, isn't he? Even though he looks at you and goes, "I don't do small dogs." Funny that Sticks says he doesn't do small dogs. You want to see him, Willow? Yeah. He doesn't do small dogs.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. Faye, Charlie says, yeah.
Charlie says, "Don't go swimming in the canal."
He's already said hello, but you better say hello to Wowie. Come on, say hello. Come on.
Come on,
There you go. Go to your
you
fans.
There you go.
There you go. Just for you.
One Willow.
Did it earlier, and all he kept doing is, oh.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Mr. Angry Face, aren't you?
Put your ears forward.
Yes. He's a dignified little dog.
Yes.
Very dignified.
Yes,
I know. We're going to get you some tweets. Yes.
Yeah, you can't. If we're in the car, you cannot talk to someone on the phone, on loudspeaker or anything, because he just sits in the back.
He's a grumbler.
Yeah, he does.
He's a grumbler. He does like to join in a conversation. He does like to feel he's part and he has his say.
Yeah, I think he's got in 2 months he'll be 2.
Yeah,
I think.
And he's turned into a right little mouser.
Yeah.
He does, people say to us, "Oh, Shih Tzus, they don't hunt." He catches mice all the time, and
7
demolishes them. He's quite a ferocious little hunter, and he's got his eyes set on pigeons at the moment.
He just can't work out how to jump up into the bird table to get them.
He's quite determined to have himself a pigeon.
He had to go at the fox through the fence as well.
Yeah, he's a little sod. I didn't think it was going to be a breed that I'd attach to, but he's proper little character.
Because he said Kitten was saying he needs to meet Graham. You'd like Graham, wouldn't you?
Yeah. They'd be charging around the woods like a couple of lunatics.
Oh, we keep.
Yeah. Funny little dog-eyed thing, aren't you? Yeah, he is quite distinguished. He's quite a gentleman, sir. He's got a frown about him, but I quite endears him to me. He's got quite a serious face, eh? Yes, they're all saying hello to you, Willow. Yes.
Probably just the one night we'll come. Well, it's up to you. Trina wants to know 1 night or 2 nights we want to stay. We'll be going up to the wedding and then one night.
One night. I'm going to have to get back because we're going to be getting somebody to babysit the pup, and I got that much on. So a bit of news for you as well. Yeah.
I had a meme actually. Funny to say that. There's this is your Shih Tzu when the door goes, and it had a little tank with a Shih Tzu wearing a tin helmet, didn't it?
Yeah. Machine gun during. Yeah, he's so there will be another camp. There'll be a camp in July, possibly a camp in August, and a camp.
What's laughter? After
all this
tissue.
Noise is for a bit of tissue.
You're not having it,
right? Which is
Give
not
that
having.
As well.
Hanky. Yeah, that's right. I will say Shih Tzus are a lovely dog, but that dog's got to think if I pick up a hanky, he wants it. It's absolutely nightmare. So there will be more camps coming up. I'm just in negotiations at the moment with Gareth and the guys up the woods to sort that out, and hopefully, touch wood, all goes well. Later in the year, I might be able to run a couple of courses.
Next weekend, we are not available because our car's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the weekend after, yes, but I think no.
Yeah, next weekend I'm flat out.
Sussex.
And again, at the moment, things are going well for us. And the health point of view, the health's getting better. I'm losing a little bit of weight, which is a bonus. Physicality's got a little bit further to go than I thought. It really did knock me back. The energy levels are just starting to come back.
You're not having the tissue.
So, yeah, I'm working on it. We're pushing forward with it all. This time next year, I'm going to be down to about 11.5, 12 stone. And I'm going to be running up and down mountains in Ireland.
Oh dear, Bill.
Bill, dash hounds. What characters? I bet.
my mum's friend, her mother had one.
Yeah.
She had two. And she had a little black one, and it would not walk more than about half a metre down the path, and then it would like, no, not walking anymore.
The sticks you put up there as well, Miss Lisa Hobbies or Mr. Hobble's Forest Ambience video, guys. Have a look at that. If you're, I tell you what, I like that one for breakfast. I know that sounds weird. I sit here with my coffee, put it up, and it's just like, just chill. Just takes me away. Absolutely brilliant.
We'll have a chat about that.
Yes, definitely
Kiwi.
Definitely Kiwi. I need to get that sorted. So what we'll do, we'll get that organised for you and your lad to come up, and we'll get organised there.
Yeah, I'm afraid we got busy stuff to do as well, haven't we? So, yeah.
Nothing of you, man. 11.5. Yeah, no, it'll be. I don't think I'll get down to 11.5. In all honesty, if I got down to 13, I would be happy, man. If there's any of you that have done a video and you want it put up, let Sticks know now, and he will put a link up for you. Yeah, thank you to all our moderators, Owen, Kitten Killer, Sticks, Katrina. Really appreciate it, guys. You do a grand job to keep us all safe and make sure we're all happy. So, adventures. I've been through my adventures. What you guys got coming up? We know John's getting ready to dive off to the Gulf Coast.
And we know Jason's been out hobnobbing it with Finn and
Yeah,
Greg.
I mean, Jason, you, Greg Owens, he's a mate, neighbour,
Bushcross, that's it. You're very tall, though, aren't you, as well? This is 18 stone. Chunky bugger. Yeah.
Yeah, he's tall, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I'm short. I'm a short bloke. I'm
Sasquatch.
You describe me more as primitive, I think. Small, squat, stocky.
Neanderthal,
yeah. Well, that was what came back on my bone structure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we when I had an issue a few years back, I broke an arm, and the what do you call them? Looks at bones, deals with breaks, things like that. I forget the name of the technical name for it. Brain's playing me up. But anyhow, he was quite fascinated. He said, "Your bone structure." He said, "It is."
He wasn't find it
dirty, absolutely sturdy. He said, "Don't see that often." And he reckoned that I was bone wise a lot bulkier than others. I put it down to growing up on a dairy farm. But then when we had a DNA thing done, it came back pretty much missing link.
Yeah, and most people have got 0.05% Neanderthal, and you had like a 2. Oh.
Yeah, we are, Mac. The government is advising people to put a 3-day survival kit together. It's part of the either they know something we don't, or it's
always worthwhile.
It's worth having, isn't it? Worth having. Slap a survival kit together, put it away, and if they say 3 days,
do 5.
Do 5, yeah. Make it bigger. Katrina's got to. I
wonder how they're going to survive. The government, that they're going to run out of champagne and caviar.
I won't say anything there. Yeah. Yes, we won't. We don't talk about governments. Don't get political here, because Nikki just gets angry, starts shouting and throwing things at the wall and that. Remember, I will be running for election year after next, and please vote
the Raven Looney.
Mick for next emperor. Standard operating procedures, yes. Homo Augustus evolved into the Neanderthal, and then the other. Personally, my doctor was quite amused. He quite liked it, and
knuckle dragging. Yeah, Katrina, you can do it yourself with your admin.
And for any of you, I'd forgotten how much I quite like a drop of Mads. A bit of brown ale.
Can you rephrase for? Can you think what you're saying before you say it?
Yeah, forgotten how much I like the brown ale.
Hello, you. Hello.
Ugh. Grancher.
Really, Sussex? You really want to put that out? I said your friend Martin likes Thirsty Ferret.
Yeah. Stealth. I might be doing a flying visit up to Wales in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'll give you a shout if I am. It'd be nice to do a meet up, even if it's
like
only
6 weeks, because you got the camp.
Yeah, it would be nice to do a meet up. If possible, what I'd like to do is meet up with you in fact, do an overnighter, make it a bit of a longer journey for myself. Just meet up with you boys. I've got to pop up and see Lee at the bug out. So yeah, combine the two. And live in Lavoo and combine the two. In fact, that would be even better still, wouldn't it? And get Stealth, live in Lavoo, and that. Meet up with all the buddies. Yeah, blackouts, unfortunate incidents. Be prepared, chaps. Yes, definitely be prepared. We had a blackout here midweek, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Nothing that they could explain. Just all the power went off on the estate.
But
only for a few minutes.
But Joe, we were prepared because it suddenly went dark, and then it wasn't, because we've got around the house these little lights like that.
Yeah.
The battery operated ones, and they hang up, and they're motion detectors. And of course, when the lights went out, we moved, and the lights come on. We got one in every single room.
Jason's just saying he's just hit 400 subs. Well done, mate.
Hey!
Congrats on your 400 subs. Grind getting through the 300s, mate. It does that. It goes in spurts. I get spurts where all of a sudden
when you cut to 500 subscribers, it kept going up and down, and it get nearer, and then it go down again. It was
And all you can do is keep pushing at it. Just keep pushing at it. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it because you love it. I've been throwing out a few more shorts, and that it just helps anybody that's looking at watch time hours and things like that. Throw out the shorts. Lots of people see shorts. Throw out shorts. Tell the world about yourself. Tell them about what you're doing, and then you get people tend to come in off of that. That helps. Yeah.
It's we were like that to start off with Max. It
does take time. So anybody out there that's not already subbed to or anything, out with Max. Yeah.
Give him some likes.
Give him some likes. I mean, the lad's starting out. Give him some tips, give him some ideas, show him some love, show him some likes. But I find shorts do help. Chuck shorts up. It's a bit like that. What's the other thing? The Minstagram or whatever it is, the Spider Network. Yeah, doing that sort of thing. Somebody did say to me, stick things out on Facebook that link to your YouTube. That helps.
Yeah, because probably it's once.
Woohoo! And that's the other thing, is don't get caught up in numbers.
Yeah, don't get obsessed with numbers and things like that.
It will drive you up the wall, right? Do it because you enjoy doing it. I've seen channels accelerate from nothing past me and that, and I've looked and I thought, I could change my format and I could do. No, I just do it because I enjoy doing it. That's the secret to it. You're creating a legacy in all your videos. Anybody that's making a video, it's a legacy. That's going to be there long after you're gone. It will be out there on the ether, on the internet, and that people will be able to look back at it and smile, laugh, and all the rest of it. And that's one of the reasons I'm quite happy to leave my errors, mistakes, cock-ups, and that in, because that's me. That's what happens. That's the reality of it.
If you get caught up with the numbers, you end up like a cat chasing its tail.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
That's it. Exactly, Sussex.
Yeah.
We noticed, didn't we, that sometimes it goes, how many you've got goes up and then it goes down. And you think, then it went down by quite a bit, and you think, oh dear, and then it goes up, and then it comes down.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things. It does go up and down.
Yeah, enjoy while it's young. It's the best time. It is. And you get the other frustrations. It's like this week I went out. Funny as hell, really. I went out on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I went out Tuesday, and I spent the day filming up the woods. And I made charcloth, and I charred some punk wood, and I did some flint and steel.
Well done, Sussex.
I did some flint and steel firelighting, did a brew. I made a brilliant video, and I come back and I changed my whole format on how I was going to upload it, and I'd spent ages moving the camera, getting lots of angles. I really put what used to take me what used to take me an hour or two. I spent 6 hours really thinking about it, and I really put the bloody effort into it. I come back, set it all up to upload it to the computer, and there's nothing on the SD card. The SD card was corrupted. Gutted. But it happens.
But the power of Amazon.
Yeah. So
luckily we're Prime members the following day.
New SD cards, new reader. And the thing is there, what it has given me is a chance to think to myself, all right, so I'll redo it and get it organised.
And you said it's only 2 years.
Lo and behold, same week, Jace has done charcloth, which is absolutely brilliant. I was like, okay. So what's meant to be is meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the way it goes.
That's it. You that's quite. It's a bit like that, and if you go into their videos and make a comment, they're more likely to go into yours and make a comment. Yeah,
that is very, very true. It's one of those things. If you're standing in a pub full of people and you just stand quiet in the corner, you'll stand quiet in the corner all night. If you talk to people, smile, engage, then people will engage with you.
He was really. Yeah, I could hear him from upstairs. Oh dear, something's gone wrong.
I was ripped, but it was a perfect day as well. The light was perfect, everything. I come home buzzing. I was like, "This is going to be brilliant." Yeah, but it happens.
But Sussex is getting a charcoal kiln for the summer.
Oh, that will be interesting. That will be interesting. A bit of traditional skills. I do love that stuff. I'm not a bad little hurdle maker myself. You know, I can make a hurdle. Right, excuse me, chaps. I've just got to dive to the little boy's room for 2 seconds. Nature's calling.
Yes, I might have to ask you home for some help because I don't know what's wrong with my phone. It just keeps saying Caroline is connected to Caroline's Fire Stick. It won't let me in the channel, but I can see everyone's comments, and then it cuts out again. Okay, Simon, I shall write that on his thing. Whoa. So, one ideal items for 72 hours for Simon. Okay. Simon's requested that he wants ideal items for 72 hours. So he wants you to do a thing
ideal items for 72 hours.
Yeah.
72-hour emergency. Is that for home prepping, mate, or being out in the wilds?
Thank you, Owen.
If you just let me know, and I will crack that out for you. I'm going to be doing another one on char this week. I'll try and redo that one. And I've been on the next stage of my book I'm doing at the moment. So you can see up there, it's about awareness, hypervigilance, dumb luck, mental health, and brain training. So again, that's a chapter within its own right. That's quite interesting seeing the links between hypervigilance and mental health. So you gotta be aware.
Both.
Be aware.
Hi, Lawrence.
Both, yeah. Home and wild. Okay, don't mate. I shall.
That's always the best thing to do, Three Dog. Is leave in the mistakes and that, and cock ups, because no one is perfect. No one ever does something and it goes right every single time.
One of the things I learned early on about survival is if you take something simple like firelighting.
What's urban answer and
you go out to light your fire. We've all lit fires, thousands of fires, probably hundreds of thousands of fires using various techniques and methods. But you can count easily the amount of times you've gone out, started a fire, and something's gone wrong. The wood's a bit too damp, the weather's changed, the wind's changed, it's all fallen over. There's so many variables it does go wrong. Now, one of the bugbears I had with some of the other channels that are out there was like Mr. Perfect. I used to call them Peter Perfects. They would go out and it would go first time every time. And the same thing with TV programs. St. Ray, Lofty, people like that, because again, that's what the production company wants to see. They don't want to see the guy going, and sometimes this can be a real pain in the arse. They want to see, oh, poof, there we go, we've got fire. Because that makes good TV. The reality of it is, if you're trying to teach people genuine survival skills, you've also got to ingrain with them a determination. You've got to show them that it doesn't matter how good they think you are, it can go as wrong for you as it can for them. What you've got to show them is demonstrate to them is the best way of dealing with that, which invariably is take a deep breath, maybe shout, swear. You might launch a stick off somewhere. You might kick the tinder all over the place, but eventually you just got to take a deep breath and get back into it. Because that is survival. Survival is pushing through the problems, negative moments, issues that you have in any situation. So that's a mental strength, and we've all had it. I've launched bow drills and bits of flint all over the woods before now, because I was having a frustrating day, but it happens. You just got to persevere with it, go back to scratch, start again, take a deep breath.
It's like Max, he lost his footage, didn't he?
Yeah. Same thing. Making videos is the same thing. I'm absolutely gutted about losing all that hard work. But do you know what? When I think about it, it gives me a chance to rethink it, replan it, and also had a damn good day up the woods. So, again, that's the truth and reality of what we're trying to show people. And if all people ever see is it going absolutely perfect first time, when they go to do it themselves and they struggle with it, or it doesn't go first time,
it's not good for them. It's not good for the people watching.
They'll go, do you know what?
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I must be something daft because I can't do it.
I'm doing something wrong because it didn't go first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what he always does.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
And again, if your technique isn't working for you, change it up a little bit. One I get regularly with flint and steel is when people first start doing flint and steel, they can't get the spark. And I say to them, all I can do is show you the angle. The flint's got to cut the steel. That's the first thing. And then it's just about doing it and trying the pressure, bringing the pressure on, taking the pressure off, changing the angle slightly. And eventually you'll get it. Once you've got it, it's just a repetition of that. And it
comes muscle memory, doesn't it?
Yeah, it becomes muscle memory. And then away you go. Kiwi came round here, doing flint and steel with me, showed him how to do flint and steel. Took 5-10 minutes, got the technique, cracked it, and that's it. It's just one of the things is learning that it will work, and then just having that mindset that says, I might have to change the angle a little bit, might have to adjust that. It's the same thing with tinders. You can pull the same tinder out of the same bank or at the same bush time and time again, and it'll work. And then one day you go to pull it out, for whatever reason, might be a bit of moisture, it might be, I don't know, could be atmospheric, something. It becomes a real struggle, and you just got to push through it.
That's it, Sussex. The year, the ruler's sod, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do it the first time, and then when you go to show someone else, it's like Sticks, and he was doing it on. He did it and did it and did it, and then when he went to go do it, well, other people doing it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Train hard, fight easy. Yeah, exactly that, Simon. It's a very old analogy, but it's true. It is right. Simon, I think it was you that asked me in one of my comments. You asked me, you were saying about pom potatoes that you got when you were a kid, you used to get in the ration packs. Right, so I did a little bit of research on that because, again, I thought to myself, yeah, why? It turns out pom potatoes, dehydrated potatoes, and it's just something that's stuck from the Second World War, because obviously the French term for potato is a pomme de terre. So it just stuck as a nickname, as slang. Give me some poms, give me some spuds, give me potato, and it just evolved into that. So yeah, that's apparently, from what I can read up, is where it came from. So yeah, there we go, the pomme de terre, and so it became poms. Spuds. That's an interesting word. Where did spuds come from?
So come on, Mickey, I'm stuck in the dark, got nothing, can't go out. What do I need?
Right. Oh, that's right. Stuck in the dark, got nothing, can't go out. What do I need? Well, if you're already stuck in, mate, you've got shelter. So you sorted out there. Water, food's going to be next thing. Dig around. What clothing have you got? What bedding you got? How can you control your temperature? Do you need to take it up? Do you need to take it down? How can you adapt that? You're going to salvage
What's the best room you can go into?
Work out which is the best room for the temperature that you need, whether you need to cool down and warm up. Start looking around, salvaging, see what you can find in the cupboards. Look round in the cupboards. Don't turn your back on things like Vaseline. There might not be candles there, but a tin of Vaseline and some toilet paper. You've got a long burning fire system. You can improvise a candle.
Hygiene gel, hand
gels, yeah, all that sort of thing. See what you can find there. And it's mental state. It's about adapting what's around you, finding things. Never be scared.
All right, he's got a bee in his bonnet. Is it a flowery one, or you go on camo?
Yeah,
for your bonnet.
So you can improvise all sorts. I mean, you can take cooking oil, ordinary cooking oil, yeah, and you can make yourself an oil lamp using that. If you can find a piece of cloth to use as a wick, so you can then create light, and then creating light, you're creating heat. It's a definite. You've got to think a little bit outside the box, and I always say to people, the best way to look at it is to look back. Look at what people have done in the last 1,000 years, how they've got by. The great thing today is you've got a ready-made cave around you. Okay, that's your first priority. You're sheltered from the wind, you're sheltered from the rain, you're sheltered from the sun, you're protected from wild animals, possibly protected from other people. You can shut doors, lock doors, close windows and things like that. So that's your first thing is covered. Beyond that is what resources can you find from within the property. Cheers, Owen. A spud, spear type implement used for digging potatoes.
Yeah, that's wicked. I'm going to hold it because it's spud. Yeah.
Yes, well done. Cheers, mate. Spud. Yeah, threats. Again, threats come in all manners and forms, and they are around us at all times. We've become blasé to them.
What you might think is a little old lady is not. It could be
but it's also environmental as well. It could be weather, it could be lightning, it could be wind, it could be rain, it could be sun. It can be the group stood at the end of the street that are looking for the house with the lights on to see who's got what supplies. It can be any number of things. So you've got to be aware. Now, again, this is where I'm in my book at the moment, is awareness and hypervigilance. Hypervigilance is dangerous. Okay, you can train yourself to become hypervigilant, to spot every detail and everything around you at all times. The problem is that becomes overwhelming. You've got to be able to switch your brain off. You've got to find ways of being able to switch away from this. I suffer with hypervigilance. Kaz, I tell you, this car thing over the last couple of days, I haven't slept more than about 4 hours because my brain's constantly whirring over how, why, where, what was it. The same thing happens in a threat situation. My brain starts to whir over. My coping strategy is to go and read a book. That helps me to switch that off. So I say to people these days, try not to be hypervigilant, try to be aware. Bring your awareness up to a level where you are on a daily level, you want to be like that. Unless you're in a war zone, you're in a high threat situation, you're in civil unrest, or you're in a survival situation where you have threats from predators and so forth, you want to be at an awareness level there. Hypervigilance, above that, you want to try and keep away from as much as you can, unless you're in those threat situations. If you've taught yourself a good level of awareness, when it comes to those threat situations, you'll find that your body or your brain can escalate. It will lift up to what you need. But if you run at that level non-stop for a long period of time, your brain gets to the point where it can't switch off. Now, in awareness, one of the tricks that I taught myself many years ago, teaching my brain to pick up details, was what I call the driving game. So I'll be driving along and I will look at the car in the rearview mirror behind me. But I'm not just looking at that car, I'm trying to look at the 2 and 3 cars behind it. Then I try and remember the colours of them, any details I recognise in them. How long have they been there? How long have they followed me? When did they turn off? Did I notice them turning off? Where did they turn off? It's just one of those little ways of teaching your brain. You can do the same thing when you're observing people walk through a town. I'm a people watcher. I'm constantly assessing people around me. And I do walk through the town and go, oi, oi, dodgy, and things like that. But again, what I try not to do is take over. Otherwise, you start to overload the brain. I try and keep it at a level of I'm bimbling along. All right, little old lady over there looks a bit unsteady on her feet. I'll keep an eye on her. She might go over, might need help. There's a little kid over there. He's running towards the road. So it just teaches your brain to be that little bit more alert, that little bit quicker, to look for the issues and threats. And they're not always threats. Sometimes you start to pick out little things. You're like, oh, that's dodgy. I might just move that. I might just move that to there. Yeah, I might just close that door, that window. It's just teaching yourself to be aware of your surroundings.
Well, I'm not feeling 100%, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have
You
to.
get a bell.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Sorry.
No problem.
See you
Kaz
again
is
soon.
suffering a little bit with her Hashimoto's disease at the moment, which is making life very uncomfortable for her. So, hi, Day. Hola.
Hello, Dave.
So she's got a bell now. She's going to take Willow downstairs and she's going to settle herself down, rest herself up. Yeah, so hypervigilance it's a dangerous thing. There's a lot of people at the moment out there saying to people, you need to be hypervigilant. You don't want to be hypervigilant. It becomes overloading, overpowering. And then you start to miss the important things because you're starting to look for threats that are beyond the reality. Your brain starts to look for things that aren't there. That leads to psychosis and other problems. So again, what you've got to try and do is just be gentle, take the threats and risks as they are, and be realistic about threats and risks. People say to me, oh, you're worried about wild animals being here in the UK. No, I'm not worried about wild animals here in the UK. there hasn't been a wild animal attack that's actually caused death in many, 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 many years. What is here that could be a threat and a risk to me is usually my own stupidity. Walking into something, walking off something, trip, fall, not taking the environment seriously. So that's where my awareness level is at. So when I hear a noise in the woods, my brain just goes, it's a fox, it's a deer, it may be somebody walking through, it's not an issue. But it does pick it up. But I try and keep that level of threat down. That helps to keep the fear under control, rationalise things. Benny come up with a good one the other night. He said I think it was in his live or maybe one of his comments. Somebody said to him, when you hear a noise, he said, if I hear a noise, the first thing I do, I get the torch, I shine the torch on it, and I go towards it. Allows his brain to say, oh, that's what it is. If you sit in your tent going, what's that, what's that, what's that, the fear level will just go up, because as the chemicals are released in the brain for the fight or flight response, they will start to take over. That starts to cause a more paranoid imagination running to it. So again, try and rationalise things as much as possible. Hi, Janet. How you doing? Let's get off of that. We don't. Yeah, that's more for you. Yes. Yeah, and dumb luck. Dumb luck. I love dumb luck. I try and favour my luck as much as possible. I do think if you try and put good out, you'll get good back. But dumb luck, I do love a bit of dumb luck. Knowing when to react and how to react. So, and in the event of most situations, remove yourself. Brilliant. Yeah, most situations, remove yourself from the threat. Okay. There's movies, videos, TV, the press, this whole charging in and taking control of the situation, disarmed him and all the rest of it. 9 times out of 10, you end up becoming a casualty yourself. So in a high threat situation, remove yourself. You can actually be more help to people as a witness of what happened, B, rendering first aid help and so on after the situation has occurred. Okay, more people die running into fires than actually die that are trapped in fires. That's simple statistic. Because instinctively, because of TV, what we're fed right from small children upwards, we want to be heroes. All of us, men, women, children, we all want to be heroes. There's a thing that's instilled into us through the media from little up. Yeah? Heroes good, bad guys bad. Yeah. So again, it's controlling that by taking control of your brain and going, can I really help here, or am I actually better off, waiting till the situation's over, or taking control of the situation afterwards, rendering first aid, assisting people, helping people up and down. Don't keep, don't run straight into that situation. Don't get me wrong, there are situations where you'll look at it, assess it, and go, going to get one. And there is nothing wrong with that. But assess that situation first. Yeah, you've got to assess it. You've got to make sure that if you do act, you are going to come out in control and ahead and not behind. Yeah, people watchers are brilliant. I love watching people. And it can be fun. It can be hilarious at times. I don't know, at times I've sat and watched people do some daftest things and ended up just laughing my arse off. As I say, it's I sit in the traffic jams. Used to drive a lorry. I sit in traffic jams, watching people slamming the steering wheel, going absolutely mental in the car, throwing things all over the place. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you got problems, mate. You're going to be late to your meeting. My taco's running out. I'm going to have to pull off at the next junction, park up, and I'm going to be stuck there for 11 hours, and I'm only an hour and a half from home. Yeah. So, but my attitude to it was, well, that's what it is. That's what it is, isn't it? Hey, what can you do? Excuse me. That brown ale's going through me. I've got to go for a quick one again. And I picked up a new walking stick this week, which I was quite happy about. No, I don't pee long. A tiny little bladder me. I picked up a new walking stick this week, and it was quite funny because I was actually in a charity shop buying a very cheap pair of jeans just to cut up to make some charcloth because I've run out of material here. And I looked round and there was a nice wooden walking stick, quite a thick one, just a plain one, curved top. And I said to the lass, I said, how much is that? She said, £3. I said, oh, go on, I'll have it. You don't look like you need a walking stick. I said, no, I don't need the stick to walk. I said, but sometimes when I stop, I said, it would help me with my balance. Oh, okay then. She wasn't going to sell me the stick unless I needed it. And it did. It is something, one of those simple things. Sometimes when I'm walking and I stop, I don't fall over. But just having that third leg really helps with the balance. But yeah, works for me. Mr. D, yeah, you'll be busy at the moment. Yes. So, downtown yesterday, 10,000 people, mostly calm, couple of situations, all went well. Yeah, exactly that. This is a vigilance thing. It's also, Mac taught me years ago, when you were working in a high conflict or high risk confrontation situations, it's about keeping yourself under control. It's not about controlling other people, it's about controlling yourself. It's about being able to assess what you really need to do rather than just act. Yeah, he was a guy who took me under his wing, especially in the door work industry. I learned immense amount from him, and a lot of the other guys that used to work the door, about how to de-escalate things, control situations, how to assess situations, how to see what the real risk was, the real threat was. Um, if you've got a nightclub with 500 people in it, most of which have had a bit too much, and somebody's dancing a bit erratically and they're starting to throw their arms around, it's not him being aggressive, it's him just dancing like an idiot. But you've now got to get control of him before he catches somebody on the nose, and then that turns into a violent confrontation. And then you get that, oh, what are you throwing me out for? I wasn't doing any harm, I wasn't being violent and aggressive. You're like, no, I'm just taking one side, calm it down, please. Just calm it down. So you're throwing your arms around, I'm going to throw you out. It's again, it's just learning to control situations. Yeah, vigilance, awareness. Be vigilant, be aware. Don't become hyper vigilant. It takes over. You've got to be able to switch up on off. And again, when we come back into survival, when we're talking about genuine survival situations, if you're on your own, then you're going to be vigilant. You're going to be possibly hyper vigilant all the time. When do you switch off? When do you actually rest? When do you give the brain a reset? When do you give that chance to calm down? Working a couple of jobs over the years, some of which, I worked with Mac, we've set up an OP somewhere. The guy that's watching has got to be super vigilant. He's got to be on the ball. He's got to take in every detail. He's got to log things down. He's got to know what's going on. The other guy needs to be able to put himself back into his sleeping bag, curl up, shut his eyes, get rest, because in a couple of hours, he's going to come on as stag. You're going to swap over. And when he comes on stag, he's going to switch it on. It's the same thing in a survival situation. If you're alone in that woods, you've either got to be able to switch yourself off, calm down, relax, get some rest, and let the body heal, recuperate to help you through the next day. But even better still is have a buddy with you, because that's going to help you relax, calm down, feel better about the situation. No, it's Sussex. Take care, buddy. Look after yourself. Oh. 3-man stags, yeah. Yeah, constantly assessing. Yeah, constantly assessing your environment. And again, it doesn't have to be threats from people, can it? It could be anything. It could be down to the weather. It can be down to, is that scaffolding looking a bit dodgy? Is that crane working up there? Will I walk under a ladder? I mean, it's the oldest one you'll ever hear from, isn't it? Walking under a ladder. Hey, that's not a shameless plug, Sticks. One Night Survival, that's what it's about. Series of challenges, people putting themselves into situations, doing a one night survival, seeing how they get on and assessing it and throwing it out there for other people to learn from. It's one night survival for me is going to be completely different to one night survival for Sticks, Owen, or somebody else. Because again, our backgrounds, our experiences, our emotions, how we deal with the situations are going to be completely different. There's no right or wrong. It's interesting to learn from others. Also see their approach to it, how they deal with it. Due to the environment, exposure is due to your environment, yeah, and adapting to your environments. Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, don't be surprised if you do find yourself. That's one of the things about being out in the woods, especially when you're on your own, is finding yourself and discovering yourself, looking deep within yourself. Yeah, yeah. Ant Middleton said it quite well in one of his books, which was be honest with yourself and understand yourself. Once you understand yourself and you're honest with yourself, you can forgive yourself or you can adapt yourself, and you'll find that other people will come to it. Sticks is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He is our resident British bushcraft bunny. Yeah, yeah. Night, EDC. Take it easy, brother. Look after yourself, mate. Hope everything's going well with you. Hope the health's okay. Hope you're feeling good. Yeah, I hope the weather's improving for you, brother. Look forward to seeing some more videos. Yeah, take it easy. Look after yourself. Have a cracking day. Oh, yeah. Accept yourself. Yeah. I'm just trying to follow the comments and just chat along. So I'm going to do a kit video in the next couple of weeks as well. Just go back through my kit and that and things I like to carry with me. I have a play with some bits and pieces. I've got a couple of new pouches that I've sort of loaded out for odds and sods. I I needed a slightly larger, more in-depth one the other week for a bit of a mission. So that one, I don't. Does anybody think that's yarps? An awful lot like yarps outdoors, doesn't it? I really thought that was yarps. So yeah, so I picked up this bag, and it wasn't really a survival bag as such. It was just a general carry for what I was doing at the time. But in there's fire lighting, bit of emergency lighting, sharpeners, flint and steel, a couple of emergency blankets, a small folding stove, the most important tool, cigarette lighter. Can't go anywhere with that one. Painkillers, diarrhea relief, water purification. Yeah, just odds and sods in that little bag. And it meant that I could throw it away. There was things like tweezers and things like that in there, a little bit of needle and thread, because it was literally, it wasn't a go pack as in I'm off going out into the wild specific. It was just I needed it with me because I was going to be away from home for about 48 hours. I needed those bits and pieces with me that come in handy sometimes. It's You know, sometimes you just want to sometimes you just want to carry some odds and sods with you. Boot sales, nice. Love a car boot sale. Kaz loves a car boot sale. She's a car boot sale bargain hunter. And she's got a big mobility scooter. It's handy because she gets to carry stuff back for me. It's a lot easier. I was going to get her a little trailer to put behind it. Actually, I was thinking that the other day, Mac, about fishing. You know, we used to go carp fishing. We used to have all the gear and all this there. I was thinking mobility scooter, trailer. It's the next evolution in carp angling, isn't it? Yeah, just drive it out there, tie it along behind you. No, it was something involving a Land Rover 101. So I was basically off into a private woodland on an estate doing a bit of a wildlife count and a bit of a management plan for them. So I was spending pretty much dawn till dusk and beyond out there. So it was didn't want to be packed heavy, but it was a long way from home, so I wanted a few items with me just in cases. And it's funny how you sit down, put a pack together, and you start going just in case. Oh, take some anti-diarrhea tablets just in case I get dicky stomach because I don't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere with the trots. Better take some painkillers just in case I get a headache, migraine, anything like that. And then you start going through it. And as you go through it, this is one of the problems with what we do. You start going through it, and, I'll stick one of them. I'll stick one of them. And I'll take one of them. And just in case somebody else, I'll take one of them. And before you know it, the pack's huge and weighs about 16 pounds. And then you have to repack it because you go, well, actually, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that. But the amount of times I've taken stuff with me out on a job or on a weekend and I've gone, I wish I had with me. I wish I'd brought that with me. I spent more times actually going, I wish I'd had that with me than I've ever gone, I wish I'd carried it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't need it, you don't need it. But if you need it and you ain't got it, you notice it. Hi, Croc. How you doing? Right. Do excuse me. Small bladder syndrome. Do apologise, that guys. That was partly hydration from my walk today. Plus, I'm on my second beer, so I do apologise. And it's age. To be honest with you, prostate problems, age. Yeah, got to argue with the bladder. Hi, Rooksfoot. How you doing, brother? I hope you're good. Hope you're doing good. So let's catch up with everybody. Rooksfoot. Fancy looking sets since I left. Croc in the house stuff. Yeah, I think I'm back up to speed already. Yeah. So again, it's it's putting your kit together. Take those things you want. You've got to equate it to weight. Obviously, you've got to think to yourself, what can you practically carry? I mean, my gear starts with that. That lives up there, goes around my neck when I first get up in the morning, and then comes off once I'm at home and I'm settled in the evening. And again, you've all seen it before. It is just a whistle and a fire lighter all in one. There's a little tiny penknife. It's a dog tag with my details on it. And a little beta light. And again, that just goes around my neck in the morning, gets lugged around with me all day long. And that's the basis of my kit. Okay, everything else builds off of that. And yeah, I've got firelighters in the bag. I've got a light in the bag. I've got a knife in the bag. But if it gets separated from the bag, with those three items, with that penknife, with that firelighter and whistle, and with that light, I can signal and I can create heat, fire, and build things. So again, yeah, sticks, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's out there. Anybody that wants to do a video for the one night survival, please feel free. So it's you can take a ferro rod or a bow drill or a primitive firelighting skill of your choice. With clothes on your back, food and water is optional. Take those if you need to, if you're going to be staying out, or I would advise you to take them and spend the night. Go out to your wilderness and spend the night. Okay, so you're going to either create a shelter or in your clothing wear a shelter, or if you, yeah, dusk till dawn. And it's got to be from dusk till dawn. That's the one stipulation, is it must be, you must be able to show in your video you went out at dusk or before dusk and you made it to dawn. So yeah, that's the challenge that's out there, out for the one night survival. It's a nice little challenge. It's not too difficult. Um, it takes a little bit of thinking about, but you all know your environments and where you are, what you can do with it. Yeah. But it's got to be dusk till dawn. Got to show us that yeah, you made it through that night. There comes a period in the wee small hours of the morning where you start to meet yourself. Yeah, it's quite an interesting experience chatting to yourself across the fire at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Right, anyhow, I'm starting to waffle now. I'm starting to go right down a rabbit hole, and I do apologise. Yeah, your excuse, Simon. Yeah, yeah, it is. You meet yourself. Mole catcher hire, mate. Yes, yes. Stick up a link for us to have a look at. We're more than happy to have a look. Yeah, it's yeah, it's an interesting thing. Learn about yourself, meet yourself, speak to yourself, have a chat to yourself. I once met a younger me, sat by a fire, and I talked to myself across the fire. It's yeah, I think our ancestors used to do it. I think it was part of their yeah. I mean, I've had a long day. I've had a long couple of days. As I said earlier on, I've managed to get about 4 hours sleep in the last 3 or 4 days. I've had little cat naps in between. I'm shattered. Stealth, exactly. One more try, then I'm doing it with the Zippo. Exactly. Yeah. And again, so Derek's a hand drill man. So he likes a hand drill. I know Sticks is trying to do it at the moment. So yeah, Mr. D, if you can stick up a video on that, give Sticks some tips, and there's other guys that could be interested in seeing it. It wasn't so much the 5 miler, mate. Is to be honest with you, again, it's just getting back to why I'm doing it. I'm doing this article on hypervigilance and awareness. One of my issues is hypervigilance. So what happens to me, my brain becomes so focused on things I'm doing, trying to achieve, get into it. And at the moment, I'm having quite a hectic life, trying to sort some things out for my future. That it gets, I get exhausted, I get tired. It's 12 o'clock at night. I'm going to bed. I get into bed. The eyes are like that. I put my head on the pillow, and then my brain goes, "Ah, but have you just yeah? If you do it like this, and then we did that, and then we could, and that's it. The next 2 hours is sat there trying to get through that issue, problem, whatever." And by then it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I get to 4:30 in the morning, and I'm looking at the light in the sky and thinking to myself, "Well, there's no point in going to bed now." So yeah, it's been a bit like that for me. Hence, I am hanging out on my backside. Not yet, Mr. D. Hopefully sometime this week I'll sling a video up when we get it. Um, I don't. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to jinx myself. That's the right phrase, because it's not exactly a done deal yet. And if I start saying to myself, "Yeah, it is a done deal," I'll jinx myself. Um, yeah. Oh, hey, you say write things down. It's. I am at 3 o'clock in the morning notes. It's just, yeah. But I'm getting there. Blow lamp every time. Nothing wrong with a blow lamp. Yeah, we'll get there. It's just good to. Bill, yeah. Fires with the fire piston. I like a fire piston. I don't actually own one at the moment. I have used one years and years ago. And then I gave it away because it was quite a heavy one. It was a steel one. And it was a good bit of kit. But I actually turned around to somebody who was, "Oh, that's awesome." And I went, "Oh, yeah, I don't. There you go. You can have it." Good. It is a good. They are a good bit of kit. Takes a little bit of understanding, getting used to using, but yeah, they do work well. I've pinned as well to the top of the chat the One Night Survival link. So any of you that are interested in going and having a look at One Night Survival channel and seeing what's been done so far, dive over and have a look. Give us a sub, give us a like on there. So again, it is an effort of many people. Yeah, right. Without being rude, guys, I am absolutely shattered, and I'm a beer and a half in. So I think I'm now starting to wane. I do apologise. Tonight has not been the usual quality, and yeah, that is just pure tiredness, mate, or lads, ladies, and so on. Now starting to waffle. Yeah, I think it's time for me to bail. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go downstairs, have a chat to the cows for 10 minutes, get myself sorted out, and see about crawling into my pit because I am hanging. My eyes are even bloodshot. This hanging out my backside. Um, I'll be back next week in a lot better frame of mind, hopefully. Yeah, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a good evening in the pub. Nice to have a chat to your mates, but sometimes you just got to bail from the pub a bit early, haven't you? Yeah, guys, take care. Stay safe. Get outside. Have some sort of adventure. Doesn't matter what it is, even if it's just a walk around the block. Do something. Try and make one person smile every day. Yeah, that's a very therapeutic thing. I've taken that one on just lately. Somebody passed that on to me. I've been doing it. One person smile, even if it's just stopping, spending a couple of minutes having a chat to them, maybe telling the lady at the checkout that her hair looks stunning today. Just make somebody smile. It'll do you good. It's great therapy. And remember, once you've done that, you can be a complete arsehole for the rest of the day. Excellent, Bill. Thank you very much. Right, guys, gals, take it easy, stay safe, get outdoors, have your adventures, look after yourselves, have a great and awesome week. Remember this, love those you do, forgive those you don't, and have an absolutely awesome week. No, may peace and light be upon you all in this glorious world of ours. I'm shot. I am absolutely shot. Take care, guys. This is Mickey, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mickey out. Night all. Till next time.